flavour of the milk, which then inevitably affects the flavour of the cheese that we have.
Stilton has become synonymous with Christmas because it became quite a luxury cheese item. Many of the department stores during the early 20th century would have had it in their hampers and they would have potted it nicely, and it suddenly became kind of the Christmas cheese.
Well, Stilton is the king of cheeses. I think no Christmas is complete without Stilton. And of course, you know, if you can stretch to it, a really lovely bottle of vintage port as well. I couldn't have Christmas Day without Stilton.
Stilton cheese and port, it's a classic combination. It's been going on for hundreds of years, and with good reason. So you've got the sweetness of port, the rich creaminess of the cheese, and it's a marriage made in heaven.
I love Stilton at Christmas on a cheese board. It's really, really wonderful. But I also really, really love it with a little bit of Christmas cake. And it's always a really nice little treat to have, maybe on Christmas evening or Boxing Day morning. They work really well together. It's lovely.
We're so excited. We've a real treat in the kitchen today. Anita Harris is with us. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry
my
Christmas,
love. What a
Anita.
lovely time
Absolute
to be
pleasure
here
to have you. Love your waistcoat. Beautiful.
It's yours, darling. You can
thank you very
borrow
much.
it anytime.
Thank you.
Thank
Now,
you. Oh.
one of our 12 tastes of Christmas is
Yes.
Stilton. Do you like Stilton?
I love Stilton.
Yeah.
Any cheese, actually. I
Yeah.
love cheese. But Stilton has Christmas all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Right, well, I'm going to do Stilton snags. So we're going to do some beautiful sausages, pan-fried. Then we're going to put a dollop of marmalade and mustard in there and then crumble Stilton all over the top. Sound good?
Sounds magical.
Good. Well, I'm on to a winner.
You are.
Good luck.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm figuring you'll have a little bit of Stilton left over.
Uh-huh.
So I'm doing Stilton and walnut muffins.
Wow.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very festive.
How lovely.
So, Anita, what other flavours for you define Christmas?
I love cinnamon and nutmeg and the smell of cloves and all of those things. There are smells about Christmas, aren't there?
Yeah.
You know, you just have to come into the house and the smell is all around. You know, it's lovely.
It truly is a magical time, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is, my love.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got family and
Yeah.
good friends and you can share it. It's a sharing time, isn't it?
Right, let's cook some sausages.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Gonna get our pan nice and warm, and I'm gonna start it with a little bit of oil,
Right.
and then we're gonna add a little bit of butter to it, all right?
Do you like the mix of sweet and savoury?
Because I travel so much, you know, going up and doing shows everywhere, I do a lot of stir fry and a lot of casseroles, and I put some grapes in or apricots or something fruity in with the meat and the veg. Fruit and savoury, I think, go really well together. I even put banana in sometimes. It just cheers it up.
Show you
Would
what's
love to,
happening here.
Yes, okay. Here we go.
So our butter, see how it's just gone nice and
Yeah.
nut brown?
Yeah.
Right, that is just gonna add lovely flavour. When the butter goes nut
Yeah.
brown like that,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
It's just giving us that lovely, almost like roasted hazelnut flavour, okay? So it's the milk solids that are just caramelising in the butter.
Beautiful. How good do they look?
What was Christmas like as a child, Anita?
Everything was focused on family, but very often Mum and Dad would have friends in on Christmas morning, so we'd be preparing. I loved my mum so much. We shared so much time in the kitchen, and she was a darn good cook. She was a country girl.
And did she teach you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Just watching, basically, and then you know, helping in the kitchen and everything.
So you must have
Yeah.
so many fond memories. Did you have any
Yeah.
particular traditions?
It's not just Christmas Day, is it? It's the weeks before, the planning and the writing of the Christmas cards, which may it never end. You know, I'm not a techie anyway, but let not technology take over Christmas. Let's still.
You still write your cards?
Yeah, well, try to. It's hard when you're doing 2 shows a day, but in a way, it's like, I suppose I relate to it as getting ready for a show. You know, it's like rehearsals, and then you're on.
I like that.
And then that wonderful feeling of, hey, did that go well? Yeah, that was all right. I wish it could be all the year round, really. It's a wonderful time.
We would take it for granted if it was all year round, though, wouldn't we?
Of course we would.
We
Of
would.
course we would.
We
yeah.
would.
He's-
Oh, sorry, Paul.
No.
We've been
How you
chatting.
doing,
Look
Polly?
what's going on there.
I actually just went into my own little world then.
Did you, sweetheart?
Yeah. It's about really enjoying that moment with you, the sausage, and the butter. It's a wonderful, wonderful
No
moment.
one's ever said that to me so romantically before. You, the sausage and the butter.
Catherine thinks that I can sell anything, honestly. The butter's done its job. We've got all of the lovely flavour that we need from it.
Yeah.
Good dollop of marmalade.
Homemade marmalade?
Homemade marmalade, nice thick cut. We're going to let that melt down and then we're going to glaze it all over those sausages.
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime,
Yes?
we're going to take a nice slice of bread. We just add a little bit of oil. Just going to take a little bit of garlic. Just nick the
Yeah.
end off, Anita.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Rub it
Yeah.
all over your bread, both sides. Then, with some thyme, brush that all over the bread. If you're going to go out on a high, this is the way to do it before you hit the treadmill. Now, Anita, have a look at this. This is my favourite bit. So, with the tongs, just gently, now, look at that. Look at that.
This is really
All right?
fantastic.
Glazed, beautiful. Nothing else to do now apart from bring a little bit of acidity with some really good Pommery mustard. And again, stir it in and just let it glaze our sausages.
Really good.
And we're ready to plate up. Look at this gorgeous Stilton.
Sorry, I was just trying to think, how am I going to get my...
Don't worry, you are. I am going to give you a knife and fork.
Oh, it's so pretty as well. It's great.
And there we have Stilton Snags.
Dig in. You got to try it.
Okay. Right, here we go.
Nice.
That is, oh, it really is delicious. Hey, everybody, come round to my place at Christmas.
Well, you've had your Stilton Snags.
Yep.
How do you fancy some Stilton and walnut muffins?
I would love some Stilton walnut muffins.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this is plain flour, we need a raising agent. So we're going with 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt,
What's that?
paprika.
Oh, right.
I love this.
I love paprika, but I've never used it in anything like this.
I know it's quite unusual in the
Yeah,
muffins,
yeah.
but it's lovely for colour and just that underlying flavour. So just mix my dry ingredients like this. Do you bake much, Anita?
Whilst you're doing that, I'm back at school with a wonderful teacher that we had. We actually had cookery lessons. Miss Gabelle, her name was, and I could just see her showing us how to do it with the paste, to get the air into the flour, you know, get it... Lovely, lovely. So thank you for that, darling.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Went back a couple of years.
And the Christmas pudding, do you make one still?
I don't, but my mum used to. With the muslin, you know, in the pot, and I can just see her taking it out with the out of the saucepan and the hot, but undoing the muslin. Oh, it's just the
Great
memories.
memories.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Really
That's the real traditional
lovely.
way, and that's making a comeback.
It is.
Yeah, the Christmas pudding in the muslin, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
making a
Yeah,
big comeback.
absolutely.
Popping in some walnuts
Yeah.
and raisins in here, the golden raisins. I just love them. So that is our dry ingredients.
Okay.
Now the wet ingredients. So 3 eggs. Some oil goes in. Milk. Okay.
That's looking good.
Right.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Oh, with the milk. That's
Okay,
interesting.
milk, dry ingredients.
Yeah.
Next, caramelized onions.
Oh,
I
my
love
goodness.
these. These are going to work so well with the Stilton. And then just some herbs.
What for you makes the best Christmas ever?
When you're working in a pantomime,
Yeah.
Boxing Day is that magic time because the children come in. Some of them are wearing the scarf that Grandma's knitted. For years, I would have the little ones up on stage with me, and everything's slightly a bit wrong. You know what they're wearing, and yet it's glorious, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's just wonderful. Aren't we lucky?
So just fold your flour in really, really well. Make sure there's no lumps. Stilton, the star of the show. You simply crumble it in.
This is ideal, isn't it, for that lump of Stilton that's gone in and out of the fridge, and you're kind of starting to get a bit Stiltoned out with crackers. This is what a great way to use it up.
It is. It's that kind of a recipe where you're looking at what's in the fridge and going, what am I going to do with all of this?
Yes.
Next job, we have our cake tin.
Oh, lovely.
And Anita,
Yeah,
you might
very
give me a hand
pretty.
with this.
Very pretty.
If you're up for a bit of work. Paul, you go as well.
Yeah, oh, you want me to get involved?
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul, I'd hate to see anybody idle. Bring it
This is like being back at home ec
Yeah,
at school.
Yes, lovely. It is. It's lovely.
Yes, Mrs. Fulvio.
Do you put up decorations at home, Anita?
Oh, of course, everything. You've got to remember that my parents, they had to make their own decorations. So as a very young child, us kids used to be making the decorations that would be put up, which is even more exciting than going to a shop and buying them.
And what kind of a tree, Anita? A real one or a fake one?
Oh, real? Oh, never a
Yeah,
fake.
never a
Oh,
fake one,
No,
no?
you've got to have the smell of the
Pine.
the pine
Yeah.
and all of that. Oh, yes. That's another thing, the outing, going to get the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That, to me, is the real beginning. That is getting it in the back of the car or whatever, you know, and where is it going to go, and how tall is it going to be, and has it got the right shape all the way round, and all of that, and then, of course, the fairy. So walnut on top of each?
Walnut on top of each. There we go.
Lovely.
So we pop them in the oven for about 25 minutes, 175 degrees. And when they're cooled, they look like this.
Oh, fantastic. Don't they look delicious?
Don't they?
But don't stand on ceremony, dig in.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, how lovely. Oh. Lots of different flavours. That is beautiful.
This is definitely a bit of a Cinderella moment, isn't it? It's like that last old bit of Stilton that nobody wanted to eat in the fridge. It's just been transformed into a thing of beauty again. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank
Well
you.
done, my
Yeah.
darling.
Thank you.
Well done.
Stilton Snags. Tangy marmalade sausages with delicious salty Stilton. Make them part of your Christmas. Stilton and walnut muffins. Warm, deliciously cheesy. They smell so good. If there's ever a time of year for luxury, it's Christmas. From the wreath on the door to the icing on the cake, we found the people who really know how to make Christmas extra special.
I'm Taslima. I'm a professional gift wrapper at John Lewis & Partner. I'm busy gift wrapping all year, but Christmas, it's madness. It's so busy here, we just wrap all day. The shop is full of customers, all looking for the special present for someone. Once you found your perfect present, I want to make sure it's gift wrapped beautifully, because first impression counts. Once I covered my gift in the paper, the fun can really start. There's loads of ribbons and embellishment you can use. So we have loads of different types of ribbons, like a fabric or paper, so that you can curl or cut. It's really a playground. You have to play with your ribbons. It looks so nice. It's just like a blooming flower. I love gift wrapping because when I finish my wrapping, I love to see the smile on customer's face. Their satisfaction, it's just made my day. And that's why we are here for.
Anita, now you've been an absolute pleasure so far.
Well, you're still smiling.
Yes. You've had your savoury. Now we're going to have some sweet.
Brilliant.
Do you have a bit of a sweet tooth?
I have a very sweet tooth, yes.
Excellent. Well, I would love to cook you a beautiful upside-down apple pie.
Brilliant.
Homemade butterscotch sauce and vanilla ice cream.
Wow.
And I want to share with you one of my favourite chocolate desserts. It's a
Okay.
chocolate Roman numeral tart. It's a very special tart that you present on New Year's Eve or coming up to a special occasion.
Oh, how lovely. How lovely. That sounds...
Sounds very theatrical, doesn't it? Yeah.
I'm hoping it is. I hope I haven't oversold it.
This recipe could not be more simple, but the results are outstanding. So we're just going to peel our apples.
And what's your favourite Christmas carol? I'm fascinated now because you're such a wonderful singer. You must have a favourite.
When I was sort of about 13 or 14, and Mum and I would be in the kitchen, we would put on Nat King Cole, an LP, dear.
Yeah.
You're too young to even remember what an LP is, but anyway, an LP of Nat King Cole. And that kind of allowed the world to go away. And of course, if it was snowing, well, I must never ever sing White Christmas. It always snows if I sing White Christmas. I was doing a show at the Talk of the
Sing
Town.
it.
No, no.
Sing it. Why? Oh, yeah, of
gotta
course.
get
We go...
I want to get home for Christmas
We'll go
Day.
into meltdown, won't we, with a bit of snow?
No. So, but anyway, it's all of those things that make it so lovely and means something. As the years go by, it becomes more important.
And Anita, with your sort of busy panto schedule, do you find that you kind of miss out on a bit of the build-up to Christmas?
Not really.
No? You still get all of the magic of the build-up?
rehearsals, you rush out in the lunch hour and you find these shops, you know, that was, oh, that'll do, that's for Fred and that's for Maisie. And, you know, in a way, doing it in a rush, you've got your list in your head, you know?
Yeah,
And you just,
yeah.
you kind of grab at things, but sometimes it's good.
I bet it's actually a magical
Quick decision.
environment to be in, isn't it? In
It
that
is.
whole kind of world
Yes,
and
it
at Christmas
really
time.
is. It's
yeah.
lovely.
So just a heavy base bottom pan, butter, there's 50 grams.
Okay.
So we just push
right,
that all the way
okay.
to the edge of the pan. 50 grams of sugar, equal quantities. Now with the apples,
Yeah.
just fan them all the way around, packing in as many as you can into the pan. So that's the first bit done.
Brilliant.
Next, we're going to do the pastry. Now, if you want to make it yourself, I'll be hugely impressed. But do you know what? It's Christmas. You've got a lot of other things to do. Just buy an amazing all-butter puff pastry.
Right. So that's straight
Right.
out the...
Straight out the fridge,
Fridge.
OK? Now, you could bring it out a little bit earlier, but because contains so much butter, you don't want that butter to
be
basically start
melting.
to melting because you won't get the same proper crisp in the pastry. Cut it to the size of your pan, place on top, and then we're just going to poke it into the edges. Now, into our oven. Our oven is at 190,
Right.
and that is going to go in there for about an hour and 15, an hour and a half. To go with our lovely apple pie, we're going to make a wonderful caramel sauce. So I'm just going to turn the heat on, and straight in, muscovado sugar. Going to add into there a little bit of water. So do you want to come and have a look, Anita?
Yep, absolutely.
Now, I'm going to add in my butter and just allow that to melt in. And I'm going to add in all of that cream.
Wow. You don't believe in rich, do you?
No. Right, now here
Okay.
I'm using a really nice red wine vinegar. Now, pinch of sea salt. We are almost there. We are
You're
almost
getting
there.
quite excited.
Oh, I love it. Now this is real showbiz, this.
Okay.
Moment of truth.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yes.
Apple.
Oh, yes.
Tartatan.
That is brilliant.
And we're just going to get a nice big
Clever
scoop.
boy.
Okay?
Yeah.
The vanilla
Oh,
ice
in the
cream.
centre.
Just in the centre. And now just a little bit of that
Oh,
sauce
my goodness, look at that.
over the top. Dig in.
What are the rest of you having?
Yes.
That is heavenly. This is going to be my new pudding.
Happy?